Russian mobilized men are sent to the front with little or no equipment and training. The military leadership knows about this but does not react. They are not at the forefront. This is evidenced by the servicemen who escaped from Kherson.
We were armed with Kalashnikov assault rifles and Mosin Nagant. The heaviest weapon were RPG grenade launchers, the firing range of which does not exceed 500 meters. It turned out that we had no connection with either the regiment leadership or the battalion command. No connection.
Novosibirsk mobilized men also talk about the terrible conditions of the Russian army on the front line. Russian journalists informed about 12 servicemen who wrote a report refusing to fight. In a month and a half they went to the shooting range only 3-4 times. The wives of the mobilized assure that most of them cannot even shoot.
They were immediately brought to the front line under fire. That's what my husband says. Artillery worked non-stop. They found some abandoned house. They slept in it. There was no food or water. There was no real command. They didn't know what to do next. Elizaveta, wife of the Russian conscript, in an interview with the online edition Novosibirsk Online.
In the meantime, more and more information about violations in the mobilization process appears on the network. A serviceman from Moscow was sent to the front line with chronic diagnosis, and before sending there was a couple of weeks of imitation training with flamethrower models, says the wife of the mobilized.
У него плоскостопие и остеохондроз.
He has flat feet and osteochondrosis. There is practically no proper training. They are staying on the first line of defense between Svatovo and Kupiansk. There are no commanders in the trenches. There are 15 of them. They are located elsewhere.
But those who dare to protest against lawlessness in the Russian army are punished.
What stage of alignment? You yourself go with the run and enjoy?
A video of a Russian soldier chastening an officer for lack of support and training and then moving on to hand-to-hand combat went viral on the internet a few days ago. Now the Russian media writes that the man was arrested. He is accused of violence and insulting the chief. As the lawyer told reporters, the serviceman will be in custody until at least January 14th. And this is St. Petersburg. The woman went to a single picket demanding the return of her son from the front line. The police immediately came to her.
People are just going somewhere for an appointment and are already ready for the police to arrive. How can we even consider this?
Recently, a court in Arkhangelsk fined a local resident 15,000 rubles under an article about discrediting the army for a poster collecting signatures to cancel mobilization. At the same time, there are more and more reports all over Russia that mothers and wives are filing lawsuits with the prosecutor's office and courts demanding that untrained servicemen be returned home from the front line. There is such news from the Bryansk, Moscow, Tomsk, Voronezh, Kursk, Belgorod and Vladimir regions. That's hundreds of appeals, and women have already begun to be pressured.
I receive a lot of calls that now the command is acting on this mother's psychology thought this son. They put pressure on sons, intimidate them. They say that if your mother doesn't calm down, then tell her we will take your phone away, we will punish you and know that you will suffer because of your mother.
At the same time, the mothers and wives of the mobilized assure that they will continue to collect appeals, and there will be even more of them.
We will make such measures that are now being applied in units. We will make public such pressure measures. We will definitely publish on all channels.
Reported by Serhiy Kulyas, Angelika Brushnivska, UATV News.